Good morning, welcome to yet another edition of Racing Retro. We hope you're well wherever you're watching. Interesting show ahead. We have some terrific racing to have a look at from overseas, plus of course racing in Sydney yesterday at Royal Randwick on the Kensington track, Moonee Valley, jumps racing and much more. And we have a very special guest on the show too, and we'll take great pleasure in introducing that person in just a tick. But firstly, let's say good morning to the panel, to Ron Dufficy. How did you fare yesterday at Randwick?
I lost a little, Graham. The tracks are really feeling the effects of the winter now, but this Blake Shin, I can't believe he's still only 19. He's come here to ride for Gay Waterhouse. He rode a winning treble. Gay didn't have a runner on the day, so he's getting a lot of support, and he's here for a long time. And I'm so excited about our special guest this morning and the person that taught me to stand up and not be bullied by Buffhead down the corner here. I don't want to preempt anything, though.
I think you just have.
Thank you, Ronnie. I thought you were referring to me.
Hello, Richard. How are
Graham
you?
hasn't been bullying you, has he?
No.
Have I? Have I been bullying you?
Well, for years. Good morning, everyone. Nice to be here. I'm very excited about our special guest too. Bring back old times. It'll be just like old times, won't it, Graham?
Oh, it will be.
Yes, and Summer Bent. He was the highlight of my day yesterday. What a great horse he is.
Indeed. Okay, let's say good morning to Alfie Matthews. Alfie boy.
Good morning, Graham. Good morning, Richard and Ron. And again, looking forward to seeing our special guest. Yeah, better not preempt anything. But look, Summer Bent, absolutely fantastic. You know, the story just rolls on, and gee, let's just hope he pulls up 100% and takes on the Hiskins, because it's going to be something very special. But I tell you what, it was very heavy at the Valley yesterday, and in fact probably close to what it's been like last week, bottomless.
Yes, indeed. All right, there's been plenty of rain about. Now it's time to say good morning to our special guest. And for those who've watched Racing Retro since its inception back in 1998, you certainly will recall the person I'm about to introduce you to, and it's delightful to have her back again. Jo Mackinnon.
Hey,
welcome back, Jo. It's like same old, good as yesteryear.
Good morning to you all on the panel. It's lovely to be here, and good morning to our viewers across Australia. And I have to say, it's been 3.5 years since I've sat in this studio, and to be honest, it feels like 3.5 minutes ago. Feels like yesterday.
We've had a good gossip session this morning.
We have, yes.
Off air.
That's enough. Move on.
Okay.
That's enough for you, Joe.
Oh, we're only just starting, folks. If you want to send an email, what do?
You send it to the website www.skychannel.com.au. You click onto the feedback icon, fax on 0294522222, and if you want to send snail mail, it'll eventually get here. Racing Retro at the address on your screen.
Indeed. All right. Great to have you along. Okay, now let's have a look at some racing yesterday at the Kensington track, and Zach Purton is on the favoured go-kart, and it's in the greenish and black colours, about to be eased to the outside, or between runners now.
They come, and Adaf has now taken over from Borneo Holiday. Then came Z Action, Sumac starting to get into the clear, and Go-Kart's coming down the outside as well, and Stable Talk nearer the inside. Adaf led at the 200, but Go-Kart's letting down strongly, and Go-Kart raced up now to Adaf, and they fight it out with 100 to go. Adaf comes back at Go-Kart. Go-Kart on the outside gets the lead, and Go-Kart goes down to the post to win it. Beat Adaf, photo third, maybe Stable Talk from Sumac.
Yeah, actually Sumac was favoured in that, but Go-Kart the second elect. Guy Walter, Zach Purton, Hadaf and Stable Talk. Zach Purton on Go-Kart, he rode that well.
Probably the ride of the day, Graham. He got in, got a little bit of cover, found the right part of the track. By this stage of the day, the jockeys were heading right out wide. There seemed to be a little bit of a lane there, which this Kensington track's really put up with a few heavy tracks of late. So a perfect ride by Purton. Can't say really much about the others. Hadaf, he's honest. He always runs well at this track. Stable Talk poked up along the inside of the track there at big odds. He might be a win for him shortly. The favourite Sumac, probably barrier one was against him, but in saying that, he did seem to have his chance. But
where are these horses going, Ronnie?
Oh, look, they're winter performers.
They go round and round?
They go round and round, exactly. You know, they have a turn here and there, but we're coming to the end of this sort of winter racing. Looking at the trials that we've had recently, there's the better class of horses is ready to arrive right on the scene now.
Hopefully we can get some better tracks, though. I mean, poor old Kenzo track, I think it's worn out now, isn't it? It's just about worn out. It's copped the hammering during the winter, and I don't know, there's only so much a turf track can take.
Well, Richard, you asked where the horses might be going, but what about the winning rider, Zac Purton? Ron, is he bound for an international career? He's certainly riding in great form.
Well, he's going to Hong Kong. He's been accepted for Hong Kong. I think when they start 1st of September, so he'll be there. And
How long?
I think it's about...
It's usually a 3
months to start with, but that'll be extended. You know, if you
They have a look at him.
They'll have a look, and I'm sure they'll be impressed with what they see with Zac, because he's really come of age in the last 6 months.
He really has.
Even his attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a bit of a wild child, Zac, and
well, he had the reputation of it. He had a bit of killer about him.
Do you know what? I think Lee took him down to South Australia one day when Corey Brown was...
Lee had like his style.
Yeah, he said
he likes a bit of killer
about
him.
He got there, he worked things out quickly, and he rode all the horses well. They didn't all win. I think only one of them did, but he said he gave them all a really good ride.
Yep.
And Richard, Robert Smurden actually got him down to come to Melbourne as an apprentice prior to going back to Brisbane too, and I think he learned quite a bit down here.
Indeed, so he's well and truly on his way. Now let's have a look at some more racing yesterday at Randwick. This is the 8th event, 1100 metres sprint.
Regal Express, and then came a sweet treat. Rose Cutters about 6 and 7 deep on the turn. Chatoyne hugging the rail from Flushing Meadows, and then came our Montague. It's Brasco on the inside, just in front of Keen Commander. Now he's asking Rose Cutter to let down, and Flushing Meadows coming through in the centre, and further back behind them Canary Islands, but it's Brasco and Keen Commander. They're fighting it out clear of Flushing Meadows. Keen Commander on the outside's got a narrow advantage, and Keen Commander's starting to race down to the post to win it. Beat Brasco and Flushing Meadows, and Can Pecky from the back gets up for 4.
Yeah, that was Blake's 3rd win of the day. Denise McGrath, who trains at Warwick Farm. Ronnie?
Yeah, and Denise has done a fantastic job with this horse. I think Denise and her husband have invested... They've been racing horses for a good few years now. They've had a few trainers themselves, and Denise has taken out the trainer's licence herself, and she's had marvellous success. And this horse is the star of the show. He's an on-pace runner, loves the Kensington track, loves it wet, makes his own luck. On paper, this was a very fast race, but when you get a pattern where horses got to get the outside, it negates the speed, and no one wants to go forward, and these two just dominated from the front.
Brasco's a better horse than I thought he was. I think he's been really brave, Brasco. I don't think he's overloaded with ability, but gee, he looks honest, and he ran the winner out towards the outside rail, but I think he did the winner a favour by doing it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think he should have protested against himself, Brasco.
I think that's as far as they both won 1100 metres, though.
And Blake
Ron, can I just ask you a quick question? When, you know, obviously they were coming wide in the straight, but at what stage of most of these races were they starting to come out?
Oh, about race 4 or 5 there, Alf. There was a few horses.
What parts of the race though, like from the 900 metre mark, 800, 7?
No, I'd suggest about the 800.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it was any different from the fence early on till, you know, 3/4 of the way out in the track. But once you got right out wide, there was a bit of a highway there because it was uncharted territory. But no, look, we had to put up with it, and jockeys reacted to the situation.
Blake Shin, the winning rider, was a star apprentice in Melbourne, as you all know, and hasn't he taken to Sydney racing like a duck to water?
Can't believe it. He's a hard worker. We all know he's had problems with the stewards, and I'm still trying to get over hearing this morning that
19.
he's only 19. It's like he's been around for years, which he has. And I like him a lot.
And a very impressive young man too. We had him in the studio here about a month back when he
It's
first
just his
came up
weight
here.
that he's got to keep under control.
No, I think he keeps it under control pretty well.
If he does, he's a very talented rider. No
Any
doubt.
excuses for Rose Cutter?
They put the market up and they charged into her. She loomed up over up halfway down the straight there, and she just stopped. Disappointing, probably because it was very hard to win first up on that heavy track, or slow track anyway.
All right, let's have a look at race 4. This was 1800 metres, and Osbred King is moving up 3 deep.
Osbred King's coming up 4 wide. Tylus waiting for the run with Good Samaritan. Jedi is starting to track into it deep, followed by Framus and Dusty Shadow. Streamline went up to Drizzle as they get to the 300. They're in advance of Osbred King. Big L has him in the centre, and Jedi is the widest runner, and he's starting to wind up now as they come to the 200 metres, and Streamline's in front. Jedi under the arches is coming with Osbred King right down the outside, and Big L has him and Drizzle. 5 across the track. Osbred King's hit the front, and Osbred King will win it. Osbred King from Jedi, and Big L has him, and then a photo for 4.
Young Patrick Murphy, who's reduced his allowance yesterday, is that right?
Yeah, I think that was his 20th win. He dropped from 3 kilos to 2. He's done a good job, Pat, and Look, this is not the easiest horse to ride because he can grab the bit, old Osbred, and he drew barrier 1. Pat got him off the fence, found the right part of the track, and it was a good win. And he's a tough old bugger and a good result for Wade Slinkard. He's always had a good city performer in his stable, and this horse, like I say, deserved another win. It's been a while between drinks. Jedi, well, I think he's a thinker. Jedi, he just lacks a bit of desire at the moment. He's loomed up a few times and put the brakes on. I think Big Al Haslam could be the one to watch out of the race. He's ready to win.
Last week.
I may have said yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
You said he was
He's not far off. He's not far off.
How many weeks in a row?
Give him time. Give him time.
Give him time? How old is he?
He's an imported horse, a Danehill 4-year-old, imported from Europe.
And the longer you wait, the
he's only had a couple of runs in Australia.
Yeah. All right. Well,
now that you're potting him, he is a certainty next time.
I'll keep waiting then.
All right. Okay.
I'll keep waiting.
I can't wait.
You've convinced me.
Okay. Let's move on now.
4-year-old. That's not too old.
No. Actually, is he 4 our time or 4?
He must be 4 our time. He's 4.
Well, he's 4.
He wouldn't be 4 yet, would he?
No, that's right. So he's a young horse.
I'm very happy.
Or would he be? I don't know.
Let's move on.
It's only his 11th start. It's only his 11th start.
They carry on, don't they, Joe? Let's move on now. This is to race 7, class 5, 1400 metres. And Darren Beedman's hard at Zushi in the Guri colours, the red and black colours. Still a long way off from there, still.
Column 8 followed by Ledger, and Zushi still about 6 lengths away. Down to the 200, Studio Stars in front, but he looks pretty tired, and they're starting to close quickly now. Seafood, No Name for Lady is coming through in the centre. Dana Sierra, now the swoopers are starting to run on. Zushi, Ledger down the outside. No Name for Lady took the lead. She's got a length clear. Here's Zushi, and Zushi flew on the outside and got up to win it from No Name for Lady. Photo for third, Studio Star.
I think Mark was happy with that result.
He must have backed it. He must have. Jeez, he got excited.
Double for Darren Beedman, and it's got up in the last few strides.
Well, she was going nowhere on the turn. I think they just come back to her. She's only a little pony, and she's got such a big little heart. And look, she loves wet tracks, and she, like I say, she's going nowhere here. But the leaders had done too much work. Beedman gets out, going nowhere, and then hits the right part of the track, I'm suggesting.
Yeah, just about the 200 metre mark, which is about now, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just got onto the right part, and you could see Zushi really lift, and that's when all the ground was made up.
Yeah, for sure. No Name for a Lady's been racing well. Studio Star was brave on the inside. He's a horse that you can't get off the fence, and he was attacked mid-race, so you could make an excuse. He's a horse that had a little bit of weight. And
here we go. Watch this on Zushi. It's going nowhere. About the 200 metre mark, hits the right part, and watch. You just see it whoosh here, start to lengthen, and just gathers them up in a couple of strides then.
Now, just on the subject of Sydney racing, Tim Clark had a bad fall, involved in a fall during the week at Canterbury. Any word on him?
Yeah, I think he's got a shoulder injury there, Graham, so he'll be out for a while, and that's unfortunate because Tim's a great young rider, and he still had a chance in the Apprentice's title. But look, he'll survive for another day. There's no doubt about it.
Okay. All right, and Darren Beedman a double yesterday, and he had a. Did he have a treble during the week? Or?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he wants to put a gap on his rivals. He wants to set a record that they won't get past.
I think we've got 5 meetings left.
And Hawksey?
And Hawksey's five off.
Yeah.
So
off the all-time record.
Yeah, off TJ and Gaze.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, he's had a fabulous season.
Ron, how was it accepted during the week at Canterbury with young Mitch taking on his father?
Oh, look, it attracted a bit of press. I think we're going a bit overboard. I think we should leave Mitch alone and let him get on with his work. He's under a bit of pressure at the moment, and it'll come. It'll come with patience.
First time they've ridden against each other either. It happened
in town.
First time in town.
Yeah.
So I think that being a bit of a quiet month for news in racing,
that's right.
There's something to talk about.
They launch onto something. Yeah.
How is he going, Ron?
He's going okay. Okay.